Barry and Gloria here at the Jazz Pit. Now, the Jazz Pit, we've been here before.
We have.
It's a fabulous place, isn't it? Tell us about it.
Well, we've been here because we love Sugar Hut Resort. We love Sansabella and the authentic Thai food. And I thought it'd be nice to film this place in the evening because there's a whole different vibe when you come here for the evening jazz and the cocktails and the beautiful grounds at night time. They're really something.
It's very much a Thai vibe, isn't it?
Really, really.
So traditional.
Yes, traditional. I mean, a lot of these buildings are very old, teak, original buildings that have been in a previous location on Pattaya Soi Pho and then were dismantled and brought here to the new home about 4 years ago. Yeah, here in Jomtien to Pryor Road.
And of course, you're featuring it on the front of the Pattaya, Discover Pattaya magazine. Look at that vegetation.
I know.
There is so much vegetation here.
It is amazing for anyone who hasn't been to Sugar Hut. As you come in off a busy road, it's amazing how you just come a little way in and it's like you're in a different part of the country completely, isn't it? It's all lush vegetation, beautiful peacocks.
And yet you're only minutes away from Jomtien.
Exactly.
Cozy Beach, all those kind of places, you know.
I know, it's lovely.
And it's great. So we've got Sugar Hut and we're featuring the Jazz Pit.
We are. And then our usual features, you know, there's lots of sports for everyone to take note of. We've got our education section. We've got what's happening at the movies. Oh, I think there's a little bit of something you've done for us, actually, Barry.
Yeah, well, I've got my new TV channel.
There you go.
I've launched it at last, and it's called Fab Baz Sunshine TV. The reason I called it that is obviously I had Fab Baz Music TV with all my music videos.
Right.
But I've got a few interviews which are really interesting, and I thought they should be up on YouTube. And then why not make it a TV channel?
Yeah.
And feature other interesting people. But what I really want to feature is people who have an upbeat view of Pattaya and an upbeat view of life.
Well, we're always trying to
me and you, we're very positive people, aren't we?
We are.
So that's what I want to feature. I want to show the positive side of Pattaya.
Good.
And there's so many people who love living here.
Yes.
You know, and there's so many interesting people.
It's a discovery, just as we like to discover places here, like exactly where we are now, that until you actually come from the road in here, it is a discovery. And as you say, with everybody who lives here, you start talking to someone and they've got an interesting story to tell. Yeah. So yeah, it's good.
So that's the whole idea of that.
Excellent.
And it's up and running now. So check it out, Fab Baz Sunshine TV. There you go.
Okay. You heard it here first, people.
And you've got the tech living and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I noticed.
You like that, didn't you?
Rick Click, hold on.
Rick Click.
There he is. He's got a fantastic record player.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's really kind of retro
Vintage,
looking.
Retro.
Yeah. And that's basically the theme of the whole tech living. But it's interesting that, you know, we were talking about this, thank goodness, you know, people who didn't think anyone would like vinyl anymore, who wouldn't read books anymore, that everything was going to be streamed and downloaded. Not so.
But the reason is it's interactive.
Yes.
You know, an MP3 or something in the ether, you can't interact with.
No.
But like we know, we grew up with vinyl and even CDs. You could interact with them. You go and buy it, and it means something to you.
Yes, and you keep hold of it, and you know you can play it to people to show them this is your taste in music. I think it's really special.
And I'm old enough to remember vinyl in the early '60s, right? And it was the smell of it. It is one of those smells that just never leaves you. You know, it's a fantastic smell. The smell of fresh vinyl. Anyway. Well, enough of that. So the magazine is out. Where can we get it?
Okay, so Food Mart, Foodland, Friendship, Villa Market, Mike's Mall, Bangkok, Pattaya Hospital, Pattaya International Hospital, all the international schools, and anyone you see who is featured in this magazine will also have a few copies, so you can have a look through.
And it's a fantastic glossy magazine.
It is.
I have them all spread out on my coffee table at home, and so should you.
And if you do prefer to just read things online, we're not being completely Luddite here, you can download it onto your mobile phone, just pattayatrader.com, and then you can read the whole magazine or any back issues you might have missed. Okay.
Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to have a little bit of food.
Yep.
We're going to enjoy Thomas's music, because it is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful place to enjoy music, isn't it?
It's a lovely place to come, stop by, listen to some live music, have a nice cocktail, something to eat. Really recommend it.
Let's groove. Well, here with Thomas Reimer, and I'm sure that's how you pronounce it, isn't it?
Reimer.
Where are you from?
From Austria originally.
And you've been how long playing here at the Jazz Pit?
It's nearly 20 years now.
That's got to be one of the longest residences in Pattaya, surely.
Yeah, it looks like.
And is it always jazz that you play, or?
Yeah, mostly. It should be jazz because it's a jazz club, but we play a lot of pop and rock and samba, funky music also, of course.
And what was the music you listened to when you were growing up?
I was first to classical music because I played 8 years violin, and then I came into rock music with Deep Purple. Richie Blackmore was my first hero.
Did you try and emulate him?
Yeah, I tried. I did a lot. I knew many of his solos tone by tone, and I tried to copy everything that I heard from him.
Fantastic. So, how did you get into jazz? What was the big moment that turned you on to jazz?
One time I heard in the radio George Benson, an old CD, Body Talk, and it was a new world for me.
In fact, you actually have his autograph.
Yeah.
Over here, displayed in the Jazz Pit.
Yeah, I met him many years later, of course, when I could play already a little bit jazz in Munich, in the famous club.
That must have been a thrill.
Yeah.
And now, you're here 6 nights a week, right?
6 nights a week.
And you play solo most of that time, is that right?
Yeah, half solo and half with a band. Friday, Saturday night, we have a full band.
Oh, okay.
And Sunday afternoon, of course, a jam session.
Yeah. And this place is set up perfectly for music, isn't it? It's a nice sound.
It's good sound. It's a lot of wood here, and so it's great for the sound. It's good.
Now, the guitar you play, I recognise it's very much like a Strat, but is it a special one? You've had it a long time, right?
It's a custom made from a German guitar fabric, and I'm very happy. Since 25 years or 30 years maybe.
Yeah. When you're playing night after night, you've got to feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. Okay, so now this place, the Jazz Pit, it's part of Sugar Hut. And what kind of people do you get coming here?
All kinds, basically. Residents, of course, who live in Jomtien also, and on this side of Pattaya more, and many tourists. So they know from internet, they know about this place. When they come to Pattaya, they come here also.
Yeah. Now, I'm always interested, obviously, I'm a musician myself, so I'm always interested in what is your favorite song that you love to play?
My favorite song I cannot play. It's a string quartet from Beethoven. I can't play. But I have many. It's difficult to say one favorite song.
Give me 2 or 3 that you always enjoy playing.
Just like Lullaby of Birdland, or I like to play some George Benson songs like I Remember Wes, or some up-tempo songs from Coltrane also, like Lazy Bird.
Oh yeah,
such things. So different.
Now, when people want to come on a Sunday to jam, how do they do it? They just come and they introduce themselves to you?
Yeah. They come and they speak with us, and of course they should play some jazz songs because we don't want to end up in only blues or something.
Yeah.
So if they know some jazz songs, it should not be any problem.
Yeah, because you know them all.
Yeah.
I know that from because I've sung with you before, and straight away all you guys are just in there. Isn't that the great part about being a jazz musician? is that you can just sink in with other musicians so easily.
Yeah, it's because in jazz you play many times standards, so-called standards, and in the whole world they use the same standards, the same real books where they're collected, and so you can play in Tokyo immediately any song from 200-300, which they sound everywhere in the same key, in the same tempo, they sound similar everywhere because they are recorded from Miles Davis or Charlie Parker, and everybody knows those recordings, and so it's.
So how many years in total have you been playing?
Yeah, with 6 years I started violin, with 4 years I started flute, even, and my mother taught me piano when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
I could play In the Mood already on the piano. I don't think I can play. But serious, I played 8 years violin, and then when I was 15, I changed to guitar until today.
And like today, do you still get the same pleasure that you had when you was a kid?
Yeah.
I almost know the answer to this before I ask you, but for everybody out there, what is it that keeps the interest going?
Yeah, this is the jazz, is it? No? Because I'm allowed to play during the solo what I want. Of course, it should sound good.
And every night's different.
And every night is different. When I play the same song 3 times or 5 times in a row, every solo should sound different.
And have you ever amazed yourself and gone, "Oh, I've never played that before"?
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
You see, that's the great part about it. It's a great part about music, isn't it?
Yeah.
It never stops. It never finishes. Well, it's great to see you, Thomas, and we love your music, and I'm sure many people are going to be entertained by you in the future.
Thank you. Thank you.